Hello! New footage has come out of Gabby and Brian on the day that they were pulled over by police. It's body cam footage from another policeman. A lot of the details are the same, so, because they were standing close to each other for most of the time. Please see the video I put out yesterday for the details on what exactly happened between them on the 12th. Because Gabby admitted to hitting Brian, a lot of people have decided she was the main aggressor.
Well, to be honest, I definitely hit him first.
Where'd you hit him?
I slapped him in the face.
You slapped him first?
And even the police that day thought that that was the case. So in that last video I put out, I talked about the details and what really happened and how I don't believe that to be true. Why it is I think that Brian was the abusive person in the relationship, that he was the main aggressor, and that any abuse from Gabby was reactive abuse. And I talk about what reactive abuse is as well. But in this video, I want to look at one detail, one thing that Gabby said that was missed by the other body cam that I looked at in that video. And that is when she talked about why she was locked out of the van. We already know she'd been stressed out that day because Brian had been telling her she wouldn't be able to make her business work. He'd been resentful of the amount of time she'd spent working in the cafe, and she had heaps of work to do. And then on top of that, he'd got into her van with dirty feet and moved everything around after she'd cleaned it. And when she was upset by it, he locked her out of the van. But there was one main detail that was missing in that video. I mentioned in that video that she had apologised for being in a bad mood, even though she'd said she wasn't mean to Brian.
And I was apologizing to him and saying, I'm sorry that I'm so mean, because sometimes I have OCD and sometimes I just get really frustrated. Not like mean towards him, I guess my vibe is like, I hear him like in a bad mood.
After she apologised, he still locked her out of the van. But now we know a bit more.
I was just really stressed this morning trying to get a lot of work done, and I was apologizing to him. I had thrown a bunch of stuff in the back and all our bags are back there. I was just apologizing. I was like, I'm sorry that I get so stressed out because I have OCD, and I was just like organizing stuff, and sometimes I just have a mean attitude, but I'm not trying to be about just straightening things up and stuff. So I was just apologizing, but I guess I said it in like a mean tone, and he got really frustrated with me and he locked me out of the car.
So now we know that when Gabby apologised for being in a bad mood, Brian didn't like the way she said it and he was offended again, and so he locked her out of the van. And not only that, but we also know that Gabby then doubted herself. That after he took offence, Gabby thought she must have said it accidentally in the wrong way.
I was just apologising, but I guess I said it in like a mean tone, and he got really frustrated with me.
And both of these points show us what a controlling relationship she was in. That she's someone who doubts herself like anyone does when they've been in an abusive relationship for a long time. But without this detail, it might have been possible that Gabby's someone who just apologises for herself all the time and always has done, before meeting Brian. That maybe this is something she learnt in childhood and so on. And maybe it was, but we also know that these were the rules in her relationship, that she had to walk on eggshells for him to be okay with her. That, it had to be said in exactly the right tone of voice. And this shows us how hard it was for her to please him and how easy it was for him to fly off the handle. And the way that Gabby is seeing herself through Brian's eyes is also a big sign that she's not even able to trust her own experiences now. And that suggests to me that this kind of behaviour from him has gone on for a long time in their relationship. And now they're at a point where she apologises for herself when she hasn't done anything wrong, when she's upset because of his behaviour, because he's been nasty. And then after she's apologised, it wasn't enough, it wasn't okay, she's even done that wrong. And so everything she does seems to be wrong. how sensitive he is to any kind of perceived criticism. And it's also evidence of how someone in an abusive relationship can come across as the guilty party in this kind of situation. How quick she is to point out her flaws to the police, you know, how the first thing she said was she has OCD, how when she's asked repeatedly if he hit her, she eventually says yes, but then immediately says, but I hit him first.
Looks like, did you get hit in the face? Kind of looks like something like hit you in the face. And then over on your arm, shoulder, right here. That's new, huh? It's kind of a new mark.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Can I see the other side of your face? So, what happened here and here?
I'm not sure. It was it happened really fast. I was just trying to get in the back of the car and his backpack was on the back and it got me.
So the backpack got you? So there's two people that came to us and told us that they saw him hit you. There's two people saying that they saw him punch you. We're just independent witnesses by Moonflower.
Well, to be honest, I definitely hit him first.
Where'd you hit him?
I slapped him in the face.
You slapped him first? And then just on his face?
You get to kind of just shut up.
How many times did you slap him?
Romeo, India, Alpha.
Just a couple.
And then what? And his reaction was to do what?
Grab my arm so I wouldn't slap him.
He just grabbed you?
Yeah.
Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, and then I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you.
I guess, yeah, but I hit him first.
So she's ready to put her hand up and say, I'm guilty, I'm wrong, and I'm everything that Brian sees me as. I'm the bad one. And somebody who really is guilty, someone who really is an abuser, won't behave like that. They will put the blame on the other person, just as Brian does.
How's it going?
How are you doing?
Good. Hey, we got a call about a male hitting a female and the two of them getting in this vehicle and taking off.
So I don't want to try and defend myself by saying anything here, but I pushed her away. She gets really worked up, and when she does, she swings and she had her cell phone in her hand, so I was just trying to push her away.
And they'll do it to the extreme. They will give the other person responsibility for their own behaviour. This new footage also confirms some things I talked about in the last video. It confirms that Gabby not wanting to do what she was told by Brian and go for a walk meant she was punished by him. And not only did he punish her by not letting her into the van and by hanging her bag on the ladder at the back of the van, but it seems from what the witness says that he really was about to drive off and leave Gabby stranded.
And I wasn't sure if they were just joking around, to be honest, but then it got more strange as he was in the vehicle about to drive off.
I mentioned in the last video that since Brian was so resentful of the time she'd spent working on her website and blog in the cafe, and since she had so much work to do, that she may have needed more time to work, and she may have felt pressured into going on a hike with Brian. It seems that this is true because of what she says here.
Are you guys living out of the van right now? On travels?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just really.
So what happened after he locked you out? I told you to take a breather.
Well, he walked away to go take his own breather, but I wanted to sit in the car because all my stuff was in the car. I had to run my bag, and I was working on something at the moment in the car.
So she was still continuing to work after leaving the cafe when she was sitting in the van. And it's useful to know this because it shows again how she wasn't being heard by Brian, how everything was on his terms. She had quit her job and was relying on this blog and website to work out. So that really shows a lack of empathy and a lack of respect for her, and what a sense of entitlement he had to make her work seem unimportant. In my last video, I showed Brian refusing water when he was offered it by the police, saying he didn't like plastic bottles, and I talked about how it seemed Gabby may have been thirsty for all of this time because she asked the policeman for water. Now we know that she was, and that she was so thirsty that her thirst was stopping her from following Brian's orders so that he'd let her back into the van.
And told me to go take a breather, but I didn't want to take a breather because I wanted to get going. We're out of water.
So it kind of made you more upset.
Yeah,
it didn't help calm you, it made you more upset.
Yeah. And,
so then what happened?
And So our goal was to come here and come refill our water.
Have you done that?
And then I told him to drive and get water because I was really thirsty.
Yeah.
So that's how thirsty she was. So that's another thing that he wasn't listening to. It's another boundary he crossed, to let her go thirsty rather than let her get into her own van. Another thing we heard just now from Gabby was that, according to her, Brian was telling her to shut up.
And then just on his face?
He kept telling me to shut up.
And at another point in that conversation, we heard from the other body cam that I showed in the last video that she had said that she slapped him to stop him from telling her to calm down. So if we look at the whole picture, she's been stressed, he's been telling her she can't make it, she won't succeed, he's been resenting her for working, she's been stressed when he's dirtied the van. She was upset because she'd just cleaned it and he was moving stuff around and dirtying it. And then she's apologised. He hasn't liked her apology, so he's locked her out of the van. He's refused to let her into the van. She just wants to get in to carry on working, and she's really thirsty. And he's not having any of it. She really wants them to leave so they can drive to this place to get the kind of water he likes them to drink. Because Gabby herself is happy with bottled water, but he isn't. And while all of this is going on, he's telling her to calm down and shut up. She eventually slaps him, and he is reportedly seen hitting her on 2 occasions. He grabs her face, as she's described, causing bruising to it. There's bruising on her arm. He tries to stop her getting into the van, and then he starts to drive away as she's trying to get in through the window. She's 22 years old in a place she doesn't know. We don't know if she even has her phone at the time. He had been seen fighting with her and it looked like it was over a phone. The police make it clear that they don't have a good understanding of how abusive relationships work.
What's your name?
Gabby,
Gabby, how old are you?
I'm 22.
What happened? What's going on?
I'm just having a very stressed morning.
Yeah. Is this your husband or boyfriend?
My fiance.
Fiance? Is he a pretty good guy?
Yeah.
I think he has the idea that anyone who's being abused will realise it and they won't like the person who's abusing them, and that it's that clear cut. In reality, many people in abusive relationships think that their partner is a good person and they think that they have done something to deserve the abuse. Similarly, this question was not a good question to have asked Gabby.
Is he usually pretty patient with you?
Yeah, but it just makes me upset. I know that he definitely gets frustrated with me a lot.
It suggests there was something about Gabby that Brian needed to be patient with. And I think that's how she sees it too, because that's how Brian sees it. And again, she's seeing herself through his eyes. In reality, the things she's got stressed about are things that most people would get stressed about. But Brian doesn't want to know about her feelings because they expose his behaviour. In the next video, I'm going to look more closely at their behaviour. I'm going to look through the footage from Gabby's video and at what it tells us about each of them and about their relationship. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and I'll see you then.